Hi there. I'm going to offer a clearing for bacteria. There's an urgent reason tonight. A friend of mine has had an appendix burst, so I'm going to be sending this out to him, and I thought I would film it, and then you all, anyone that's having trouble with a bacterial infection too, can use this video. So at this point I'm just going to send out the Honshō Shonen bridge to my friend, and then to anyone else, to all y'all that are watching this. We're going to send the Reiki bridge out. And the first thing I'm going to do is place the Reiki willow configuration on him, which is just a series of Reiki symbols, and I'm placing this on you as well to help you accept the healing on all different levels of your being. So I'll be reading from a list of many things that I know to go wrong with the body when there's a bacterial infection. So we're going to start off with just clearing for the pathogens in general. So we're calling the brain and the body's attention to the fact that there are some pathogens within you that are having their way with you. And so we're going to do it all together. So we're specifically looking at bacteria today, but often there's all these different interactions between the bacteria and other pathogens like yeast or virus. And so we're going to offer a clearing to all those things at once so that the body doesn't just focus on one and forget about the other one. So right now we're going to release any energetic blocks in the body to bacteria, to virus, and to fungus, and that includes yeast, and any other pathogens like protozoa or parasites too. We're just going to release blocks to invaders and ask the body to go back to its perfect normal state regarding pathogens, meaning that the immune system would recognize them and then go to its file index and pull up what it needs to do in order to deal with that particular pathogen. And if it doesn't have a file, then to make up a new one as it, and record it as it goes along, but not to just kind of go, oh, what pathogens? So we're calling the immune system's attention to the fact that they're there and saying, hey, don't let these guys confuse you. These pathogens create deception fields. So let's do that right now. Let's release, we're going to just dissolve away any deception fields created by pathogens that are bamboozling your immune system. I'm just going to set the intention to wash them away. So see golden light coming down and washing away any deception fields there, and let the Reiki do its job. So we just use the envisioning to actually generate an energetic charge, but it's the Reiki that's actually doing the movement, if that makes any sense. So we envision the washing away, and the Reiki makes sure that it happens. So we just cleared deception fields created by pathogens. We're going to release energetic blocks created by pathogens. Right. Release energetic blocks for bacteria, specifically for bacteria, bacterial capsules, and biofilm are some ways that bacteria evades bacterial, almost like they go into almost like a spore state some times. And so any of those, any and all the above, and even if it's weird bacteria like spirochetes that don't quite have a cell wall, those, we're including those immune system clearing, resetting for all of those. Okay. And then the second thing I want to clear for is actually the bone marrow itself, which has a lot to do with the signaling around invaders. So if there's any blocks that have kind of confused the bone marrow so that it's not creating the right response, we're going to clear and reset the energy towards the bone marrow in the body, and all possible variations and configurations of how that might be influenced. Clearing and resetting for the bone marrow and all possible variations and configurations. And then the third thing, we're going to clear and reset for pathogens on the brain, is what I say. And it basically means pathogen influence on your brain and your body. however they do that, whether it's tenderling or creating false neurotransmitters, we're not entirely sure, but we're going to release that right now. Release that influence, the ability of pathogens to create these thought fields that confuse us. Clearing and releasing for pathogens on the brain and their ability to create the fight or flight response in the body. Releasing that ability of theirs to create that fight or flight response, asking the body to go into the parasympathetic nervous system, the best state for dealing with invaders. So we're asking the body to stop looking for invaders outside and to look inside in a calm, methodical way. Okay, and that includes kind of healing some stuff that may be going on with the amygdala and its ability to identify what an enemy is and what it isn't. And so let's clear and reset for the amygdala, the pituitary gland, the pineal gland, the hypothalamus. Clear and resetting the brain and its ability to identify what is a friend and what is an enemy. Resetting the brain and the body back to its perfect normal state of being able to handle pathogens in a calm, efficient way. Okay? Clearing and resetting all of that. Now let's go through some things that tend to get messed with by pathogens, especially bacteria. So today we're focusing on the bacteria, things that get blocked. So first thing we're going to clear is any energetic blocks to endotoxins and exotoxins. These are toxins created by bacteria, especially when they die off. Right? So we're clearing and resetting the body towards endotoxins and exotoxins. We're encouraging the body to handle those without going into a histamine freak out or a cytokine storm. Just asking it to go, oh, toxins, okay, into the colon you go, out of here. No big deal. No allergic reaction to those toxins. Your body knows what to do with them. They're just endotoxins and exotoxins, clearing and releasing any energetic blocks to that. Any freak out response. Nope. Easy peasy. We can do this. Immune system. Okay. Next, we're going to clear and reset for histamine, so you don't go into a big inflammation response. Clearing and resetting for histamine so that it's in the appropriate levels for the most efficient healing, but it's not out of proportion. We're going to clear and reset for your own blood, so if there's any energetic blocks to the blood, we're going to release those so that the blood can purify itself in the way that it knows how to do. Clearing and resetting for hydrogen peroxide, which is also one of the signaling chemicals to say there's an injury here. We're going to clear and reset for that, especially hydrogen peroxide in all the joints, because it'll start to freak out and cause you to attack the cartilage as opposed to the bacteria, which sometimes drills into the cartilage if it's a spirochete. So again, we want the body to deal with the pathogens and not to get confused and send the immune system to attack the wrong things. We're going to clear and reset for electromagnetic frequencies as well that may be causing the pathogens to go into a very defensive state. So we're clearing and releasing any kind of negative reaction towards electromagnetic frequencies. Just acknowledging that those are a fact of life. And again, we expect the immune system and the body to handle those without freaking out. And we're going to send energy to the bacteria themselves and the other invaders in the body to clear and release energetic blocks in them towards EMFs so that they are not freaking out. So we're asking them to go into a relaxed state as opposed to in high alert by releasing energetic blocks to EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies. We're going to clear and reset the immune response. So all those lovely T cells and B cells, we're clearing and resetting those back to their perfect, normal, most efficient state, releasing any energetic blocks that were created in them by the pathogens or by past traumas or issues. Clearing and releasing that. And while we're at it, let's clear and release any resistance to our own healing right now. Just going to dissolve that. If there's anything that's causing you to resist in your own healing, any guilt issues, any issues coming up around that, let's release that. We'll deal with those later, okay? Right now you need to heal. And then you can work out your traumas stuff later. But right now, give yourself permission to get over this infection. Okay? All right. We're clearing, resetting, let's see, for your own body protein, which is such a big deal when there's invaders. The body gets confused. So we want to make sure that you're not attacking your own body. So we're clearing, resetting for your own body protein. That includes things like hyaline cartilage and synovial fluid and hyaluronic acid, muscle fibers, and connecting tissue and your bones and where all those things connect on the bones. Clearing, resetting for all of that, asking the body to protect itself, not to attack itself. Right? Being very clear about what protein is you and what protein is in the pathogens and not getting confused about that, right? And while we're at it, let's clear and reset for whatever your particular bacteria is made out of, that substance, for releasing any energetic blocks towards that, or any deception fields, any twisting of the body's perception around what the bacteria is actually made out of. We're going to clear and reset for that. And in addition, we're going to clear and reset for all the different tools that those macrophages and T cells and things need in order to break through those cell walls. So whatever tools have been taken out of their hands by the pathogens, we're going to clear and reset for that. So let's clear for glutathione and all the cofactors in the glutathione metabolism. Specifically, let's look at the purine biosynthesis metabolic pathway. And we're going to release any energetic blocks to purine biosynthesis, to adenine and adenosine, to guanine and guanosine, specifically to ATP and how it is used in the cells for energy, and to GTP and how it relates to enzymes and proteins being digested and metabolized in the body. So we're clearing and resetting for all of that. Okay, and we're going to clear and reset for starch and glycogen metabolism, specifically amylose and glycogen. Clearing and resetting for those as well. And then in general, we're going to ask that all the metabolic processes be reset so that all nutrients can be utilized beautifully in the body's perfect state of metabolism, to get that energy where it needs to be, get those nutrients where they need to be, get the macrophages and the T cells the tools they need to break through those cell walls and not be confused or hindered in their ability to do that. And in bacteria where there's no cell walls, to break through whatever that is, to break into that spirochete. Right. Okay. And now let's focus on those pathogens. We're going to do a little healing on the pathogens as well as ourselves, because sometimes the pathogens will mimic what's going on. And so we're going to heal for whatever the source is that has caused you and your pathogens to get confused about why you're here. So you're here to learn how to love, and so are your pathogens. And if they're attacking you, something is wrong. And so, so let's clear. We're going to release some twists around love and hate and what that is. We're going to heal for the source of those twists, both for you and for the pathogens. So we're healing for the source of a twist around love and hate. Twisted energy around love and hate. We're healing for that source. For you and the pathogens, we're healing for the source of a twist around truth and lies, around trust and distrust, safety and danger, good and bad, for a twist around wanting good things versus wanting bad things, for a twist around being supportive versus being critical, and for a twist around courage versus cowardice. Healing for the source of where any of those twists may be coming from. Healing on all levels of your being, on the physical, energetic, emotional, mental, spiritual planes, and even on up into the oversoul, your higher self, and even beyond that to the next realm, which we can't even quite conceive of. We're going to heal for you on all levels and ask for those twists to be released and for there to be a healing on the source of those twists, so that you can accept this healing and understand that it's okay to be healed and well and whole. Bring all of your spirit to bear on that, on understanding that. And so in that thought, let's focus on oneness, on connecting out to all that is, and resonating out the love in you to the love in all things around you, all beings around you. It's like you're doing a shout out. I'm love, and it's going to go out, and they're going to say, I'm love, and it's going to come back. It's like a big world with you. So just going to resonate that out. So I have a sense of that, sending it out. It's coming back. Okay, resonating, connecting with all things that are loving and growing, the life force itself. Place your hands on your heart chakra. I want you to think of several things that are worth living for. Make them simple things. People can be complex. So maybe think about a favorite place, something you love to do. I love to walk on the beach, so I'm just going to take that beach memory, that love, and I'm going to just push it into my heart chakra. Oh, yeah. That's worth living for. That's good. I want to do that again. I want to feel well enough to do that again. Okay, let that warm you. Goes through the chakra to the central core of your being, the pranic core. See if you can envision that white light coming through you, that holy light. That light that says, I am a spiritual being walking around in this fabulous body that's struggling right now, but it's a fabulous body, and together we're going to have a really good time here. Okay, and now I want you to think of several things that you want to do and see yourself doing them. See yourself sprinting down the beach and going horseback riding, whatever it is. I'll just hold energy. I want you to tell your body, that's what we're doing. See yourself feeling well, being happy, being whole. And know that as you're thinking that, as you focus on that, you're telling your immune system what you want it to do. You're telling your body what you want it to do. Now release those pictures. You've sent them out there. Don't hold on to them like, I must have that, You just send it out there like, it's like this, right? But now you release it and say to the universe, like that or something better. Whatever it is that you want, like that or something better. Yeah. Okay, but release any owningness on that, right? It's just that feeling we wanted to generate of what it feels like to be happy doing something you love. But it could be so many different things. Yeah. And be willing to be accepting of what that might be. So, okay. Namaste.